Hey everybody, my name is Mary Ryan Kirsch and I'm here today to introduce myself. Um, I go by Mary Ryan or MR. I'm from the South where parents like to name their children double first names so that they can never leave the South because people outside the South are unfamiliar with it. People in the South have no problem calling me by Mary Ryan because they just run the two middle syllables together and say Maran. But I go by MR as well. And there are just some people that flat out say, nope, can't do either, gonna call you Mary. I'll start by telling you guys a little bit about my academic career and goals. About 10 years ago, I went to the University of South Alabama in Mobile, Alabama, and was one semester away from getting my bachelor's in communications. And that semester, I had my first seizure and was quickly diagnosed with epilepsy. And I had my license revoked, and public transit's not widely available in the area. And I had to drop out of college for a while to try to work with medicine and just figure some stuff out. And about 2 years after dropping out of college, I moved to Utah, where public transit is widely available. And that afforded me to be able to go back to school. But I decided that I don't want to get my bachelor's degree. I want to go to culinary school, which was a strange choice for me because I couldn't cook a hot dog. Nonetheless, I went ahead and got that culinary degree anyway and have been working as the head chef at a sorority house at the University of Utah for a couple of years, and it's been absolutely wonderful. I love the girls, and it's been magical to be able to work in that environment, but cooking is hard on the body, and I just didn't see myself being able to do it for more than 10 years. And I was interested in going back to school anyway, so I re-enrolled in classes at the SLIC and am pursuing my writing degree. And my plan is to transfer to the University of Utah and get a bachelor's in writing and rhetoric. Hopefully I will be able to combine my love of food and writing into a career in food journalism. There are several publications that come out of Charleston, South Carolina, like the Local Palate, Garden and Gun, and Southern Living, all of which would be wonderful to work for. I could potentially do some freelance stuff, but I would like to be able to write about things that are focused on Southern culture, Southern food, get back to my roots. So those are my academic and career goals at this point, and we'll see where they go. I'll also tell you guys a little quick trivia about me. As I said, I'm from the South, and you may be able to hear my accent, but it comes and goes depending on who I'm speaking to, what I'm doing, or how tired I am. So it's definitely not as thick as when I moved here. But if I'm talking to my parents, I'm, saying, well, what'd y'all do this weekend? Who did y'all have over? What'd y'all cook this weekend? So it gets a little bit thicker like that. My sister, we grew up in a town of 3,000 people, and it's very rural, and she took on that accent at a faster clip. And so when she speaks, she talks about wanting to go up to the creek and hang out with her friends and her boyfriend and go fishing and go out on the boat. So she's got a little bit more modernized. The South is kind of homogenizing its Southern accent, but the older generations have a very distinct regional dialect. And my parents, and more so my grandparents, have that deep, honeyed Southern drawl, and so they never sound like they're interested in hurrying. They want you to sit down and tell them all about what you've been doing, and they want to hear about your studies and who you've been seeing in the last couple weeks. So things like that. I'm interested in Southern accents, and I do a variety of them. So if we end up having a class together and you hear it, it just comes out. So hopefully you find it charming rather than obnoxious. Kind of in the same vein of language and dialect, I do know a little bit of sign language, very basic. I know my ABCs, a little rusty. I know things like mama, daddy, silly, sorry, cat. Again, very basic stuff. But in high school, I had an assignment to write a children's book, and it was just for a grade. It was never published or anything, but I wrote about sign language and did all the hand gestures of the alphabet. So it's been fun to have this as I get older and forget my signs. And I did all the art for that freehand. I do enjoy doing art, and I think I'm okay at it, but I'm lazy and haven't wanted to do it in forever. So I sold my last painting a few years ago and just cannot bring myself to do it. I love dogs. Who doesn't? But I probably like them to an unhealthy degree. It's hard for me not to cry when I see a cute puppy, and it happens pretty frequently, actually. I have one dog of my own. He's a Lab Husky mix, and his name is Eddie, and he is light and joy incarnate, and he's pretty much my baby. I take him on vacations with us and make accommodations so that he will have fun and enjoy himself and not just be stuck in a room. Like, we will go hiking or camping to make sure that he has a great time. In my downtime, I like to watch and play video games. I am truly, truly awful at math. I love to travel. I've been to New Zealand and Canada and several other countries that escape me, several Scandinavian countries. Hope to visit all of those at some point. I love independent and art house films. I love going to the Tower Theater and the Broadway Theater to see movies there. Let's see, what else? I think that's about it. You guys know me pretty well at this point. Good luck this semester, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone else's intros. Thank you, and have a good day.